Let's hear the most famous artist that I know of, Neil Tyson and Schmushdash. Life. Mars. Wow. I couldn't have drawn a better secular fedora-wearing scientist gold collector.
Grinspoon, my astrobiologist at large, right there at NASA headquarters. Tell us what's up with that.
Well,
what's up with that?
If we say NASA just found life on Mars, we're being a little bit getting out over our skis.
No shit.
A little bit. This
No
is
shit.
possible life on Mars billions of years ago. We're not talking about life on Mars today.
Oh, you're saying it's the same trick we always pull. Is that what you're saying? Whoa, spooky. Yeah, we already know that trick, dude.
But what's really exciting about...
Bro, what is with your room? What are you, 17? Are you a 17-year-old in a fedora and a suit?
This is, it seems to be legitimately the best evidence we've found for something on Mars that needs life to explain it. So there's this rock called Chayava Falls. When you look at it, it's got these weird spots that they call leopard spots, because that's kind of what it looks like. And then they said, hey, that's weird. Let's go up closer and with our analytical instruments, see what the...
Yeah, let's get closer with our remote control monster truck. Yeah, let's just go closer with our remote control monster truck 53 million miles away. Let's get a little bit closer. Does a forward button do it? How do you get closer? Oh yeah, you just push the joystick forward. You ever watch Sabine Hovenfelder's? Yeah.
Those spots are made out of. And they turn out to be these iron minerals, things called vivianite and greigite that you find on Earth. And where you find them...
Wow, look at that face, bro. Okay, you guys seeing this face? Look at this face. Lord have mercy. Oof. Bro. What are you? What are you? Okay, now I believe in evolution.
Them on Earth, they're usually associated with microbes doing things to organic matter. And then they look at this spot and they analyze it, and there are organics there. So there are organics, carbon stuff, and there are these minerals that on Earth are usually associated with life sort of using the energy, and it's kind of what life leaves after its meal.
You guys are literally bullshit artists. Nice hat. I'm going to start wearing that during debates. Look at that hat. You're absurd, bro. You should be put in jail. Honestly. Kids, stay away from that guy. Both of these guys. I love how they just tell a story. They're just like, well, here's my story. I have no way of verifying anything, but here's a picture. And so it's kind of like life leftovers. Based on what, dude? Based on nothing. Based on absolutely nothing.
You know.
Gonna do my black laugh. I can't be Neil Tyson with Schmushdash unless I cross over.
Microbial poop, is that what you want to call it?
Yes. It's what's excreted after the microbes eat.
You can have an organic soup where there's not life. You just have the ingredients that life needs. So when you said organics, it's carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, that sort of thing?
Yeah. So the organics themselves don't tell you that there's life, but they get your attention. You go, okay.
Unbelievable. This is science. This is the science now. The things that we assume are organics that we can't verify are organics, but we like the photos, make you think there might be life, but it's not life, but it makes you think stuff. And so that's exciting. Oh, that's right.
So that's interesting. But
yeah, it's interesting. Nice glasses. You're not fooling me, bro. Did you buy the hat and the glasses together? Is that like an eBay link?
Then the organics in conjunction with these possible biogenic minerals make you go,
And so
And so, can you verify any of this? Or is it all assumptions? I already know the answer.
Object Fool, $10. We can investigate Mars 140 million miles away, but still can't go back to the moon. That's right. Don't ask questions, Abject Fool. You'll lose your job.
Presumably, the fact that it's all in one place
Oh, it's all in one place.
together indicates that the life was doing its thing in that one place.
Wow, that's deep, chocolate science man.
Well, it's all together, and so we look at it all in one place. And so it's in one place, and if I do this with my fingers, Mr. Fedora Man will answer the question. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. It's
You could stop doing that with your hands now. You don't have to keep... This is awkward. You could... Hey, can you stop doing that? Stop doing the double booger roll. My kid does that. Stop it!
it's if they weren't caused by life, there's a couple other hypotheses for what could have caused them.
See, and now we get into the scientific method, which I'm so passionate about. I never thought I'd be so pro-science. I'm a scientismo, apparently. Average Reddit at $5. I think there's some sort of small creature is piloting him. Yeah, that's what I think. You notice how he used the correct terminology in investigating what science claims? Cause. What causes? What causes this thing? Guess what, bruh? You don't have an independent variable. You don't have a viable hypothesis. It's a problem. But watch how he philosophizes around it. Ready?
It can be done if there's high temperature reactions. So that was one idea. But then you look at other aspects of this rock, and the chemistry seems to be telling you this was laid down in a low temperature environment.
How did you know that? That's another assumption. We're not doing science. We're doing stuff in our heads.
And then,
Okay,
and then it could
Okay, so if you do it in your head, that counts as a scientific theory? Oh yeah.
be. It could also be done if it was a heavily acidic environment. But then you look at other aspects of this rock and you go, no, it doesn't seem like it was a heavily acidic environment. So they've sort of started to rule out the obvious other explanations, and they're left with not only the biological explanation, but maybe that's almost like the favorite explanation now.
Oh, yeah, that's how we choose them. Favorite. Yeah. You guys are anything but God, I swear, with these people. Anything but God. They will manufacture any alternative. Any alternative. They don't care. As long as it's not. Bobby Love, $5. I take your God of the Gaps and raise you 1 billion years and 1 billion unguided processes. Yeah, pretty much. Anything but God. What if we kissed in the Martian poop soup?
I've asked that question to a young lady after an event at the hotel bar. I impressed her with a magic trick. Ooh.
Jeremy Clarkson, JB, your take on the coming war between Wright on how to proceed after the assassination is brilliant. Well, thank you. To me, it seems like all I did is remove what you think the scapegoat enemy is and realize they don't have any guns. So who does? And who would agree with liberty? It ends up being right-leaning people, unfortunately.
Which is
So this was discovered by Perseverance, the SUV-sized rover.
No, by Tyler. Do you guys remember Tyler? Tyler drives Perseverance with a reality set. He has a virtual reality set, and he drives it with a joystick. I think he's allowed to bring his own wireless Xbox controller at this point, too. They allowed him that.
That was plunked down there some years ago.
It was plunked down there some years ago. Okay, buddy. Okay. Yep. Yeah, there's just a roaming, self-powered vehicle just riding around the rough terrain of Mars, 53 million miles away, and you just check in once in a while with it. Hey, did you find anything?
And why?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Why didn't any other experiment notice this?
Because, I'll tell you why, because there's no such thing as perseverance on a rock 53 million miles away.
Let's get the wacky professor, the other guy's take. Wait, well, yeah, it's a good question. We sent this thing whose job is to figure this stuff out. Why didn't it figure it out with billions of dollars, billions of miles away?
Yeah, we have not found these kinds of deposits anywhere else. So they're not all over the place on Mars.
That wasn't the question, you sneak, you little lawyer. This guy's got, I could smell the lawyer firm on his suit. He asked you why,
If the rover has been there for some time, why didn't it discover it?
But then, of course, one thing we've learned from both our orbital and surface
is it like 15 years? I didn't know. I was like, how long was it ago where they plumped it down?
explorations of Mars is that Mars is a diverse planet with a lot of different kinds of locations. And so, you know, this is a particular location with a particular, these are sedimentary rocks in a place that had liquid water. So these things are not all over the place on Mars.
That doesn't answer the question, buddy.
But you got to remember, most of Mars we haven't explored.
And the
That didn't answer the question.
landing site for the rover, as was surely true with other rovers, was very careful.
Other rovers, yeah. Carefully, yeah. Can you imagine believing that they could carefully designate a spot within like miles? 53 million miles away. They could send something through the vacuum of space 53 million miles away.
And he's like, well, they carefully land these things in their very special spot.
Fully selected to maximize the chance of finding life. So you're going to
Remote control 53 million miles away, but can't make an RC car that works for 100 feet. Yep. Yep. And there's no excuse. You know, your best bet is radio signals, radio waves aren't affected. They go through everything, apparently, at the speed of sound. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty good thing to have.
going to go where there's a dried riverbed or lake bed or river delta, right? So
River Delta.
I presume there's a lot of prior thinking.
Oh, I'm sold. Korea. Thanks, Korea. Korea always... You know what? I'm going to start blaming Korea for enabling this mess. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. I will do another 3D thing for you, NASA. 감사합니다 for the work. Mars again? Okay. Okay, 감사. Okay.
Thinking.
Kimbap. Spicy.
Where this is the fruits of that early work that people put in.
No, that's a cartoon.
In the reconnaissance.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this
Dude, it's twitching all over the place.
location was chosen, as you say, because it seemed promising. And, you know, that one way of looking at this is, hey, that validates.
Dude, you're lying. You're obviously lying. Don't tell me you have some sort of disease. I don't buy it. You're just lying.
all
You're a twitching liar.
those choices, all those site selection
He's like, I got a big lie coming up.
meetings, and you know, it's like, yes, we found it. Well, okay, we found something that could be it. It's certainly something interesting. And by the way, another interesting thing about this
Unbelievable.
location is that these sediments are some of the youngest sediments that that Perseverance has explored.
I love asking simple questions. How do you know that? How do you know that? It's the funniest question ever to these people. They get so mad too. How do you know that? You know what the answer is? Those guys who habitually need to reallocate funding toward these, quote, trips and journeys tell you. That's it. That's it. That's the entire thing. That's it. The people who take the funding to do these so-called trips and do all this stuff, They tell you through their animation that they did it. That's it. That's all it takes. Wandering Pilgrim, 99 Czar, thank you so much for that. The favorite quote explanation is arbitrary, begging the question, and it's an appeal to consensus fallacy.
Not, I mean, they're still ancient. They're billions of years old. But of all the rocks that we've looked at, they're some of the youngest, meaning that if this is an actual sign of ancient life, that life might have been there for quite some time.
Yeah, cool. That's not science. It may have not been. It may have been the middle. It may have not. Dude, these people get paid. This is what's so frustrating. They just get paid to literally make stuff up. And then as long as you get on Neil Tyson and Mustache Star Talk and just say it.
Oh, I think it might be the oldest thing or it might be the youngest. We don't know, though, but it could be. Cool. So it could be anything. You could be right or wrong. That's what science, that's what's so beautiful about science. Everything you said could be not true or could be true. You want me to do my black voice? You want me? Oh, no, he didn't. Oh. I'm going to shoot you with some science sideways. Oh.
Jason Cassell, he looks like a Jewish professor. Yeah, he does. Professor Goyjet. He looks like the tarred version of the Nazi. Yeah, he does. He looks like the one you wouldn't be afraid of. You know, because they're replacing heroes with nerds, and they've already replaced villains with nerds. So now we live in this weird culture where the hero is some sort of wired tech nerd, but then the enemy is also a wired nerd. And you're like, dude, where's the masculine hero? And they're all like, they don't exist.
He's
gonna, you don't understand, he's gonna beat him with his brain. Not with brute force or might. He's gonna outsmart him. He's not even gonna leave his basement. He's gonna defeat the evil villain. I'm gonna get a girlfriend. Maybe if I shoot somebody, I'll get a girlfriend. Maybe if I assassinate someone important, I'll finally get a girlfriend.
much older signs of habitable environments than this particular one, which is on the young side from what we've explored.
Wow.
Wow. Total bullshit. Wow. I can't believe how long I've had this show.
When are we going to see something crawl out of a hole?
What a freeze frame. You look at that. Take a look. That is the face. This is the two faces of... Freeze frames never fail me, ever. These are two of the faces of science. I couldn't pick a better combination here. They know they're full of it. Here, let me translate.
When are we going to actually have anything real?
They're just laughing it away.
We don't need anything real. We just report on hypotheticals, speculation, and call it science. And when I ask, when are we going to actually see anything of actual life? Never.
Mars. We're pretty sure there's no life on Mars today, correct?
Well, we don't know that. I mean, I'm personally skeptical of life on Mars today, but in the astrobiology community...
Bert, take your Twitch pills. Do us a favor. Get your shit in order. Jeez, man. You're freaking me out here. At least have your glasses and your hat do something, Put like a fan on your hat so it at least moves when you twitch. Sheesh. So distracting. Silent Zero, $5 question. How do you know that? Answer. Are you a science denier? That's pretty much what happens, dude. That's why I love asking it. How do you know that?
You will find a wide range of opinions on that. And my own personal skepticism, I have to temper with the fact that I have a lot of smart colleagues who are more optimistic about it. And that's okay.
Damn straight.
But the fact is, if we find definite evidence of...
Time code, please. Time code, please. Wrenches. Thank you so much. Time code.
Of ancient...
Wrenches, please. Time code me.
life on Mars, and we haven't found it yet. But
I could have used my bleep.
we found something promising. But to say we found,
Call it a smoking gun. A smoking gun.
if we were really sure there was ancient life on Mars, that
They never really go find life on another planet because they will just abort it. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
would probably increase our optimism a little bit about finding extant life, because if there was once life, then maybe it could have evolved and found some hiding place when the surface got so terrible.
And what about
That guy would not do well in one of those. What are those, what are they called, you guys? What are the little coffins? And I don't know if they were ever real or not. You get into them and they have spikes everywhere. Anyone know what that's called? It's like the... and I think it was mythical. I think people like created the legend that it existed, but there's no evidence that it did. Anyone know what that was called? Forgot what it's called. He wouldn't do well in one.
the underground possible aquifers that might still retain liquid water?
Yeah, an Iron Maiden. Yeah, this guy wouldn't do well in one.
I don't know what would keep them liquid, but no one is denying the likelihood that there could be water deposits.
There could be anything. There could be your unicorn alien.
Beneath the surface.
Almost surely somewhere underground on Mars there's liquid water, because we know there's water ice, and we know that as you go into the interior of a planet, of any planet, it gets warmer and warmer because of basic thermal physics. So at some point on Mars there's a place that's warm and wet enough so there's an aquifer. I think
Yeah, there just is, because we say so. Now, you guys understand how we're doing this? We just say so. Okay?
that's very likely. The question is, would that have the energy and the nutrients and all the other stuff you'd need for life? And could life exist over billions of years in one little, isolated outpost if it's not a sort of robust planetary biosphere like you have on Earth? That makes me skeptical, but I certainly can't say I know there's no life on Mars, and I think that we need to search for it.
Okay, so since this is basically bacterial excrement, can we expect to possibly extract DNA from it, or is that out of the question?
I would say that's unlikely, because, imagine that this was an Earth rock that was billions of years old and you were finding the same kind of mineral trace of life. The idea of there being sort of intact genetic material that had...
Unbelievable, these people. It's just unbelievable.
When people say I'll pray for you, but offer no argument, I feel like they're piously saying I'm going to hell. I don't actually think they are praying for me. I think they're saying I'm a bad person.
Well, you're Indian. It's okay, Jimbob. Thank you, Bobby C. Just like Jay, you as a strong, independent black woman that don't need explanation. Well, I'm also imitating Neil Tyson and Shmushdash, so, I could just as well make a cartoon of him. I still have the puppet, by the way, of him, and just, lay out the N-words.
Survived, especially in an environment like, Mars is being bathed in this cosmic radiation. So I would say,
And lethal ultraviolet, yeah.
the idea of, sort of creating Jurassic Mars Park out of...
You notice how he says lethal ultraviolet, right? So this is like a known thing, like micro deposits of living organisms, or biochemistry at some molecular level. Holy cow! That is a big
Joe
super chat!
Suarez, can you recommend some philosophy/debate books? You, JD, AW and DPH all seem skilled in your ability to debate and analyze thinking/claims.
No, I can't. I can't give you a book. I didn't read a book about anything. So, I'm sorry. Actually, in fact, only the names that you mentioned can do what we do. So, that's why you super chat us. See, I'm getting better at grifting. That's a huge deal for me, that response. Can we get a celebration? Yeah, see? Got a $2 tip just for that. Eyes wide shut mask. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, this guy is saying, like, basically ultraviolet, heat, elements are not in favor of things surviving. And yet their whole view is that if you just get the components of life, if you granted that they were delivered from some asteroid, which that's what they believe, in addition to all the water is delivered by comets for the ocean. That's hilarious. That these structures, for the time they need to accidentally bond to each other for no reason, totally no reason at all, you need time, but time isn't in its favor because it's fatal. Time is fatal to these things. It's not advantageous, it's fatal.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
It would just be fun to know if it had any DNA at all, and if it did, does it have anything in common with us?
Oh, man.
Which, if it
Andrew's on Pierce. Who else was on? I'll check that out in a second.
did, then we got panspermia on our hands. Just remind me about what that could be.
Yeah, no, I mean, the question you're asking, of course, would be amazing if we found something.
They say they want it. They need panspermia. This is how these people act. Panspermia is like their golden... It's not a golden ticket out of creation, by the way, because...
What will you say if I told you I was mentally retarded?
He's still retarded.
Shame,
What will you say if I told you I was mentally retarded?
shame,
What will you say if I told you I was mentally retarded?
shame,
What will you say if I told you I was mentally retarded?
shame,
What will you say if I told you I was mentally retarded?
shame,
What will you say if I told you I was mentally retarded?
shame.
What will you say if I told you I was mentally retarded?